live. I want to make sure we have gone. Yes, we've gone live. I don't know what happened yesterday. Now Instagram's saying it's not. It's got no. The connection's really good. I don't know why it's saying that. Me and technology are not friends. All right. What I'm going to do is attempt to come off one of the. Come off that. It's really poor reception. I still don't understand it. Can anyone explain to me why two Apple devices and a laptop's fine, signal's not an issue, phone, signal is an issue? Why is that? Because everyone's like, get an iPhone, get an Apple phone. It'll be really good to get the Apple phone. It'll be really great. It'll be the best thing ever. And I get one. And I swear I've never had such a bad experience in terms of connection. Like, you guys are going to make me like want to go back to let's come out of it and go back in. You're going to make me want to go back to Android. And I know there's a few of like, Android is only for old people, but I'm like, man, the issues I have with this phone is unreal. And I'm like, is it because Apple people have always had Apple, so they've never actually experienced Android? So they tell you it's a great thing, but actually they don't know any better. Is that what's going on? I don't know. Anyway, we're on here tonight talking about self-belief. And do you need self-belief to lose weight? Just type this in. Hashtag replay, or if you're on the replay, if you are watching live, let me know. Drop in the comments. Say hi. Okay, let's get this rock and rolling. Alrighty, Instagram is liking me right now. Okay, okay. I'm freezing today. As you can tell, I've got a thick top on. I've got my big hoodie on again. It is in the Scottish borders where I now live. It's Baltic today. It's been windy all day. It's been freezing. I've got the heating on. I've got my giant mug of mint tea. I like to have a mint tea after dinner because I just find it helps with digestion. Any kind of like fullness, it's just hydration, digestion, any kind of bloating you might have, mint tea is the goer. But that's not why we're here tonight. Tonight we're here to talk about, do you need self-belief to lose weight? Now, some coaches will tell you do. If you do not believe, then you cannot lose weight. For me, I believe it's a mixture of things. So for you to come and join a program with myself, to work with myself, whether it be a 3-4 day challenge, whether it be signing up to one of my Revive Women program, you certainly need to have hope, right? Because otherwise, if you don't have hope that this thing's going to work in order to help you lose weight, then you wouldn't spend your time on it or your energy with it. And many people don't. I will run a 4-day challenge and people will drop off after one day. People won't even show up for the startup. They won't even give me the basic details to allow me to create a meal plan for them. They'll just kind of disappear and go, life was busy, And, we come up with so many reasons why we can't do things. And I do think that is around lack of hope, lack of belief that it can happen for you as an individual. But I think whenever you sign up for anything, there is a hope. There's a genuine hope that will give you health benefits, genuine hope that it will help you lose weight. But you don't necessarily believe it. You've seen other people have the success, but you don't necessarily believe that it could be you, but you've got that hope. And the hope is the thing that makes you take action. I hope this is going to be for me. Now, self-belief kicks in. So it kicks in when things aren't quite going your way. So the hope gets you across the line. It gets you started. You start going to the gym, you start eating healthier, but then you see results. You start to see immediate results, but things slow down. And that's when you start to fall off. You don't see anything happening in the scales. You're like, I don't really see any difference in my body. And that's where you kind of start to go, what's the point? And your self-belief about whether it's possible or not starts to waver. And that's where you're like, well, bother doing this. And then you can end up snacking again. All old habits creep back in because you're like, sack it. I might as well have the chocolate. I might as well eat the biscuits, have the wine, whatever it may be. Because the self-belief disappears. Okay, so we start with hope and then a little bit of, this is happening for me. And then self-belief kind of disappears because you think, I'm not getting the results I want or as quickly as I wanted. So therefore, sack it. I'm not going to do it. So I think there's a mixture of hope to get you across the line. Belief is when you start to get the results and you see it's happening for you. But then after the initial weight loss and things start to happen at a slower pace, that's when self-belief really does make a difference, because that's when self-belief is what allows you to be consistent and not give up. Ultimately, it's a bit about resilience and persistence and believing that if you keep going, every day you're a step closer to your goal. It's about never giving up. It's putting in the hard yards when it feels like there's no benefit, nothing's happening, but you don't quit on yourself. You still believe. So to summarize, yes, you do need self-belief for when the times get tough and you feel like it's not happening for you. And it's keeping the belief that it is going to happen. Because if you don't keep the belief that it's going to happen, then it's not going to happen, right? So we create our own environment, we create our own reality. So if I didn't think I was going to get back to fitness after my knee op, I wouldn't bother doing the physio. I wouldn't bother doing the strength training. I wouldn't bother going to physio. Do you know, there's a whole mixture of things. I'd just give up and not bother. But I have that belief that although it's boring and it's tedious and it's not the way that I want to train, that the belief in growing a stronger body is going to help me recover and get back to full fitness following that period of time. So I have that belief. Now, don't get me wrong, there's times that wavers. There's hope in there too. Hope that the physio will end and boring physio will end. But it's that process of kind of just knowing that you need a combination of the two. And every day you just need to keep showing up for yourself. So when you want to quit, did I want to work out today? No, I didn't. I'm super tired today. My hormones are kicking in. That's why I'm cold. I'll get a hot flush soon. The hormones are kicking on. They're like, oh, we want you to slow down. So anything I've gone to do today has been like, la, 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 I'll do this, do that. No, I'm not actually achieving what I wanted to do. And hormones are kicking in. So the last thing I wanted to do was do a strength-based workout. But I still done it because I know I feel good after I did it. And it's like right now, it's the same now. Do I want to turn up and be on live and share this with you? No, not particularly today. But that's how it is today. We're not always going to want to show up. Whatever that may mean in order to hit your weight loss goals, to hit your health goals, we don't always want to show up. There's times we can't be bothered. It's cold outside, tired, sit in front of the telly, munching on snacks, whatever it may be, not having our water, not looking after our health. It's the easy option. But the easy option to give up is going to end up with even harder yards, because the hard yards are when you can't get from room to room and you have to sit on a chair. When you can't do your class because you're knackered and you're sitting there feeling like a failure and seeing everybody else around you still working out and you're done. The hard yards is where you can't walk up the stairs without puffing and panting. They are the hard yards. So for me, I'd rather choose the easier yards right now rather than the hard yards that are forced on you because of the choices you make. So you've got a choice of easier for harder later, or you do the hard now and it'll be easier later. Ultimately, it's about making a choice about where you don't want to be. Now, I've been in that place where I've been overweight, broken leg and ankle, not being able to get upstairs, not being able to walk room to room, even with my knee operation, not being able to bend my knee and do as much stuff as I normally do in the workouts. That is a rubbish. It's a rubbish place to be because I know that strength diminishes, cardio fitness goes down, and it's harder to come back from that. But what would be worse if I gave up on myself. So what I'm talking about is giving up on yourself. So when you give up on yourself and give up on your self-belief, it makes it harder. Everything becomes harder. You know, I've got a clip about one of my clients lost, 7.5 kilograms. That plate I've got over here, big, heavy, 7.5 kilogram plate. They were carrying that around in their body. Everything they did was so much harder. Just walking around, putting your shoes on, trying to get your zip and your jacket up. Everything's so much harder. But by consistently sticking to their meal plans and eating well, they've still had holidays, they've still had wine, they've still had social occasions, celebrations. But by doing that, not only have they enjoyed the food, they've lost the weight. So they're like, what? They didn't have the belief to begin with. They even said to me, if I'm eating all this food and I put weight on, you're for it. That's what they said to me. Like, so it's not always about starting off with self-belief. You can start off with the hope because you're trying all these other things. You can start off with the hope that it's going to work for you. The self-belief kicks in when you want to give up, when you want to quit, when things aren't quite going the way you want to, or it's not happening as fast as you want to. The self-belief kicks in when you wake up and you don't want to get up that morning. You don't want to work out. You don't want to prep your meals. That is when you need self-belief that it's not happening right now, but it's going to happen. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, and the next day. All those small steps of hard will result in everything else being easier. Easier getting up the stairs, easier running after your niece and nephew, easier running for the bus, Easier when you go on a holiday, you go on a tour, and you got to stay on the coach because you can't manage to go up the hill or join in activities that you've actually paid for. You end up missing out. That is hard, to watch everyone else's pictures of views and stunning scenery, and you're sat on the coach because you didn't have the belief that by keeping going one step after another, that you get there on your weight loss goal, get there on your fitness goal, get there for your health. That's the hard yards. So what I'm saying is many people come to me that don't have self-belief, but they have hope. They start off with hope, and I'm there for them. When the self-belief isn't there, I'm there to prop them up, to help them, to encourage them, to help them stick with it. And that's why people need accountability. That's why they need coaches. I'm a very compassionate coach about whole of life. So I'm not like, why have you not just done your plan? Why have you done your training? I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? Bounce off me. What's going on? And we work around it. We work with it. So if you're struggling and you always give up on yourself and you don't have self-belief, then it's worth investing in a coach like myself. I'm not saying, yeah, you have to come join my program, but I'm saying it's worth investing in a coach like myself. If you've got the hope, but you keep falling off, it could be a couple of things. Self-belief was one, but also that program might not be right for you. So if it doesn't fit with your lifestyle, you're never going to be able to stick to it. You know, we've got people doing extreme diets right now, frighteningly extreme diets for all sorts of reasons. But it's not going to last. And that's when they're going to fall off because it doesn't fit with their lifestyle. And then the self-belief is diminished even further. So start with the hope. Know what it is you want. Get help. I didn't do it alone. Yeah, I had help. I had a PT, gave me a nutrition plan, and I started to find out about it by myself. You know, you don't do things alone. Nobody does things alone. Everybody gets help in some form. So know that you don't have to do it alone, and make sure that you've got cheerleaders around you, or at least one person. You don't have to do this alone. So when the self-belief wavers, you've got someone to help prop you up, to keep you on track. And there's times you'll fall off, but that's okay. You'll bounce back even quicker. All right, team. Hope that helps to clarify. Do you need self-belief to lose weight? Not initially. You just need hope. But as we go on, we need to keep believing. It's the same way that I need to turn up every day and keep believing that the people who need my help will find me, that they won't have the weight loss injections, that they won't have the fat freezing injections, that they won't buy the butt pants from Marx's, that instead they want to actually do it in a natural way so they're healthier for their body and for a long, healthy life, opposed to fad quick fixes. All right, team, thanks for your time. A bit of a mindset one there today. I know, but I think it's important because you do need self-belief and you are worth. You are worth the investment of time, energy, because I know as females, we're not good at that. We put it into everybody else, especially when you're a high achiever, especially when you're a people pleaser. We put it into everyone else and not ourselves. But I believe in you. I know you can believe in yourself too. And together, we'll get there. All right, take care, and I shall catch you guys tomorrow.